The Polar M400, a review by Ben Welburn. The Polar M400 is both a sports watch and an activity tracker. It was designed to bring together two worlds, with Polar wanting to create a product which could be used by both sports-specific athletes and people simply wanting to know more about their daily activity. It merges together technologies from both activity collection products like the Fitbit and GPS technology from companies such as Polar, TomTom and Garmin. This early adopter to the fitness for all market lends itself well to both the general public and high-performance athletes by offering in-depth but easy to understand data which can easily be reviewed on Polar's app, Flow. The watch includes a series of basic features such as a light-up clock face, an activity bar, a diary which lets you see previous daily activity, settings, a fitness test, and an audible timer/alarm system. In the physical settings section of the watch, you're able to input your own measurements, which allows the watch to more accurately calculate things like BMR and steps. It's directly compatible with the Polar H7 Bluetooth heart rate monitor. This means heart rate based training is both easy and quick to set up. For instance, once you find your heart rate max, the watch will automatically set intensity zones for you when you're training. These intensity zones are beneficial to use when you have a specific training goal in mind. For instance, training at a low intensity would be beneficial when trying to increase your aerobic capacity. These intensities can be seen graphically on the app. So now we know the watch's general functions, let's take a look specifically at its ability to track activity, whether that's during a workout or during a normal working day. One of the main questions I get asked is why we should even track our activity using an M400 or other. And the answer is simple: we are far less active than we think we are, and we are far less fit than we think we are. Numerous meta-studies support this, and have shown that inactivity and its related illnesses are actually the fourth leading cause of death per year. The NHS recommends 150 minutes of exercise per week, as well as 2 strength sessions. But how realistic is this, and how much do you normally do? Hands up, if I'm honest, before I got the watch, even I wasn't clocking up that much a week, and I didn't even realise. The second question I always get is this product for me? And in my opinion, yes. Regardless of who you are, this product is something you need in your life. Why? Because studies have shown that people who have activity trackers become more active. Call it the Hawthorne effect, or the guilt of knowing you're being lazy. Having an activity tracker gets you out of the house and gets you moving. For members of the public looking to carry out exercise, the M400 does well in counting steps, measuring calories burned and logging activity. During the day, as you accumulate active time, the watch fills up an activity bar, and once you reach the completion target, you're rewarded with a congratulatory notification. However, if you're like me and spend too much time in front of the television, your watch will probably shoot you over a notification telling you to get off your bum and get moving, because remember, healthy is wealthy. My first observation about the watch was that the tracking bar was moving very slowly. Was I not being active enough, or did the watch just not register my movements? The easiest way to find out was by carrying out a simple step test. To carry out the test, we used the Polar M400, a TomTom activity tracker and an iPhone to measure the accuracy over 100 steps by different monitors. A participant was hooked up to all 3 systems, then under different conditions was told to execute 100 steps by walking, jogging and running. To ensure only 100 steps were completed, a click counter was used. Results varied both between exercise intensity and product used. The Polar got an average of 99 steps over the 3 exercise intensities, but with somewhat varying results, with the walking calculated 101 steps, jogging at 99 and then the run at 96. This averaged 99 steps across the 3 intensities. The clicker totaled 101, 199, therefore showing 2 of the same results. I'm secretly hoping that I'm the new Usain Bolt, and that's why the iPhone repeatedly wouldn't register my steps. Although potentially not a very scientific method of testing something, it shows that the M400 picks up my movements with a high degree of accuracy. So as a basic pedometer, the Polar does a pretty good job compared to other products, but it's the other data it collects which makes it exciting. Or, more importantly, it's what you can do with this data which makes it exciting. A good example of this can be seen when I was an athlete rowing at various different clubs. Coaches would have us wearing our watches and heart rate monitors all day, every day, even when not training. Why? Because it allowed them to look at how hard we were training and how often, as well as look at our recovery. During cross-training sessions, the watch would monitor distance, duration, route, average and max pace, calories burned, training intensity, altitude, laps and speed of whatever exercise we were competing in. At the end of a session, all data would be uploaded wirelessly onto the Flow app via our phones, which fed into a data group which our coach had set up online. From there, our coach could easily analyse our data and also our lifestyle to see if we could make any changes to see further improvements. When looking at my own data on the Flow app, it was interesting to see that there is a Relive feature which partners with Google Maps to show the logged route which I took. This in effect allowed me to have a 3D view of the exact route which I took, including its highest and lowest altitudes, and this is something I can share with others too. When you partner the data collected from the M400 with software such as that of Training Peaks, it adds a whole new level of great but sometimes confusing data analysis. So I suppose this brings us to the question of, how much data is too much? Now I feel like this is something that people always argue on, but Olympic coach Mark van Gunhall once said, "It's great to have all the data, but only if you got the time for it. All you really need is heart rate, lactate, and the opinion from the athlete on how they feel." From the perspective of the general public, confusion may arise from the data analysis which the Flow carries out. I suppose questions arise, such as, will Joe Public want to know what intensity he was running at during his morning dash to the bus? Probably not, but will he be interested in the amount of steps he took today? Yes, he might be. I can speak from experience as an athlete in saying that this is a great piece of kit. You're finally able to answer questions like, will it make the boat go faster? As every single minute of every single day is on the record. I think that although articles have previously discussed the reliability of smart technology before in both positive and negative lights, it is important to remember that for a relatively inexpensive piece of equipment, it can be both a fun and interesting method of introducing someone to fitness, or can be used as a tool for improving an athlete who may already be at a high standard. I'd just like to say thank you for listening, have a great day and remember to get your steps in.